Da. Dobar dan svima. Dobar dan svima. Naravno da se nisam pripremio. Mislim da većina vas koja je došla na tribinu Briana Azzarella je došla zato što zna barem nešto što Brian radi. Naravno, najpoznatije po serijalu 100 Bullets koji je radio s Edwardom Reesom koji je prošle godine bio ovdje gost. Mislim da dosadašnje iskustvo nas je naučilo da je najbolje da mi pričamo na engleskom, jer većina ljudi koji su došli na tribinu onako zna engleski. Pa kada neka šala bude ispričana, ako ja budem prevodio na hrvatski, to će biti užasno neugodna situacija.
To će biti super.
Dakle, would you care to start and introduce yourself?
They know who I am.
I suppose so, but how would you describe yourself?
I write comic books. That's how I describe myself. I guess that's which is terrible. I describe myself by my job, which really is not a good way to, but that's an American way to think about things.
Yeah, not just American, and I think especially at comic conventions, people describe themselves.
Yeah, well, that's why.
Such.
That's why you're here. You want to hear me.
How? It's a stupid, but it's a regular question.
Okay.
How did you start?
I don't know. I fell into this business.
Was Johnny Double what you did with Eduardo Riso your first?
No.
But it was your first Vertigo work?
No.
Not even that?
No.
Okay, I know you worked since then, so...
I first started working for Vertigo in the anthology titles that they had, like Weird War Tales. That was the first thing I had published.
Oh, right. You had a short story that Esad...
That was in Strange Adventures.
Strange Adventures, but that was
before
Johnny Double.
Right.
Okay. So, and you were, I suppose, Axel Alonso's acquisition? He was editor at the time?
Yeah, I got into comics through Lou Stathis, who was Axel's boss.
Okay.
Axel was Lou's assistant editor, and I knew Lou from, he edited some other magazines, music magazines, Reflex, what was it, Trouser Press, and I knew him mostly from the music scene. Then he went over to comics, and we continued to be friends, and we would talk about things, and one day he just said, "Why don't you pitch me something?" And I was stupid enough to listen to him, and now I'm here.
Well, that's not so bad, I think. What were you doing before you were writing comics?
Right before.
You had a band?
No, I was a DJ. Before I was writing comics, I restored antique furniture. Yeah.
Should have stick to it.
What's that?
You should have stick to that.
I should have stick to it. I miss that job. That was good, working with my hands and stuff. I dream about that job still.
There's still a chance.
I don't dream about writing comics. I dream about fixing furniture.
How about pipes?
Pipes? Yeah. I dream about cleaning pipes. Yeah.
Are you working exclusively for DC?
Yeah, I'm exclusive with DC. I have been for a number of years now. It was the kind of thing, Eduardo and I made the decision together to go exclusive.
So you don't have any plans changing that?
Not right now, but who knows? I don't have any sort of like crazy itch to work on any Marvel characters or anything. And as far as create our own stuff, which is what I really like to do, Vertigo is a good place for me to work. I like that. I like the people there.
Well,
how about furniture? Marvel's furniture.
Yeah. Oh boy, you should see their furniture. It's beyond my help.
Recently, anthology Strange Adventures was published, or it should be published these days.
Yeah.
With new work from you, Eduardo Riso.
Yep. Spaceman.
Spaceman. So this is something that's gonna be published right now, so I guess it's okay to talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
So can you tell us something about that?
I don't want to talk about it. It's. I hate to call it science fiction, but it's science fiction. It's something that Eduardo and I haven't done before, together anyway. And because he did, what was the name of it? Borderline. He did that with Trio, but that was a long time ago. That was before 100 Bullets. So he's getting back into it. I've never really written science fiction before, but there's some things going on in the world that interest me. And so it's kind of a what if, what are some of the predictions that scientists are making right now as far as like global warming and that kind of stuff. What if they come true? What's the world going to be like? So that's the big picture, but then once you read it, you're going to see that it's, oh yeah, it's Azzarello and Riso doing science fiction. It's really a crime story. It just happens to take place in...
Is it about flooding or?
There's some flooding, yes.
Is it? This is going to be a new
flooding
month.
with salted water? Or?
Is it going to be a monthly book?
It's going to be monthly, sort of. Like, probably 9 issues a year, for a few years. We're not going to do monthly.
Yeah, it's too hard to keep up the pace.
Yeah, we did that for a long time. And
with 100 Bullets.
Yeah.
And you want, of course, Riso to be able to draw all of the issues.
Yeah, well, he has a boat now, so he really doesn't have time to draw comics monthly.
Any furniture on that boat?
No. I've been on the boat though. He takes that boat out every day. Yeah.
You've been to the convention last year that Riso organized with his friends.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
It was like this one.
Yeah.
It was a lot like this convention, about the same size.
Okay, so Riso was here in Makarska in May.
He stole your idea.
He stole the idea. Okay, nice to know.
Yeah, it was a good show. That was the first time I'd been in Argentina too.
Good steaks.
Great steaks. Yeah.
Size.
Yeah. They like their barbecue done. They like to grill.
Is there anything else you would like to talk about before people start questions you don't want to answer to?
No, let's just go right to the questions.
Okay.
That's the most fun anyway.
Yeah. Be creative.
Yeah. No questions? Okay.
Is Spaceman going to be limited, like a limited series, like 100 Bullets, or ongoing?
It'll be limited and it won't be like 100 Bullets. We are not doing 100 issues of anything ever again.
How many issues will this be?
It'll somewhere like in the 30s or something like that. It's not going to be huge. It'll probably be, when all is said and done, it'll probably be like 3 trades.
Dave Stewart doing the covers again?
Dave Johnson.
Dave Johnson.
Yes, Dave's doing the covers. Trisha Mulvihill's doing the coloring. Clem's doing the lettering. It's everybody from 100 Bullets.
Team.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions? Talaya, I thought I can count on you.
No, you're on your own.
You don't have to say anything serious.
You better come up with another one or we're going to cut this short.
I can keep this up.
Borna, you have a beer from me.
Is the series more like grounded in reality, or will there be elements that are really sci-fi, like aliens or?
No aliens.
Grounded in reality. Right?
Grounded in reality.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, does this mean that you yourself prefer this, reality-based stories? You don't like superhero genre much?
No, I don't like the superhero genre much. I do prefer the reality kind of based stories. That's kind of why when I do superheroes, I tend to gravitate over towards Batman and that kind of stuff. It's tough writing superheroes because they're so damn perfect, and it without our flaws, we're really dull, and it's all our mistakes that make us interesting, at least to me. But that said, I did Superman, you can't get more perfect than that guy.
That's why.
So I just contradict myself. Yeah.
What do you like to read? You probably read more books than comic books.
I do read more books than comic books.
Are there comic
I actually
books?
read more newspapers than anything else. I read like 3 different newspapers every day.
How do you get through that?
How do I get through it?
I mean,
it's interesting to me.
Yeah, but you probably have to.
How many comic books do you read a day?
Oh, not so much.
Okay.
He reads all of them, so
Yeah.
he's lying.
Yeah. No. I mean, I read newspapers too, but they're usually really full of crap. At least here.
I don't know. I find newspapers to be like a great source of inspiration because newspapers are like, especially the sort of the metro section of newspapers, which is where like what happens in a city, not so much the global stuff with politics.
Oh, okay.
Because they're all about
living
endings.
in Chicago.
Yeah,
Helps.
it does help. They're endings, and those stories are about endings. A murder is an ending. How do they get there? That's like, that's what is interesting to me. And I can, if there's a particularly good murder, I'll use it.
Not planning to do any of your own.
No. I'm not planning on it, but most people don't plan to murder anybody. It sort of happens. I might kill you when we're done with this.
I'll skip the next question I had in mind. Had any jail time experience?
Yes.
I suppose you don't want to go back in there.
Because of comics or from...
No, because of stupidity, like anybody else that goes to jail.
You got caught.
Well, it's hard not to get caught with what I don't want to talk about.
Is your styling from those days? Or?
I had more hair back then. But yeah, pretty much everything else.
Tattoos?
I have some tattoos.
Not from jail.
Not from jail, no.
You don't want to get
Not any
tattoos there.
Not any place a judge can see one either. That was some advice my grandfather, he was a lawyer, a defense attorney. He worked for he had some organized crime ties. And when I was younger, when I was getting in trouble, he told me, never get a tattoo where a judge can see it, and never change your story, because it's up to the police to prove you wrong, not prove you right. And I've lived by those words.
How dangerous is living in Chicago?